Hi everyone, I'm Renee and welcome to my channel. For today's video, I'm going to share with you a recipe. I'm going to show you how to make my lemon blueberry coffee cake. It's got a nice light citrusy flavor with the lemon, and those fresh blueberries are delicious. I think this is a perfect spring recipe. Let's get started. I'm going to start by preparing the crumb topping. So in a bowl, I have 1.5 sticks of unsalted butter. It's softened and I just cut it up into chunks. Add 3/4 of a cup of all-purpose flour, 1.5 cups of brown sugar, add 1.5 cups of chopped pecans, these are optional, and add 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. Then I'm just going to use a fork to combine all of these ingredients until it makes a crumbly, wet sand texture. Once those ingredients are combined, go ahead and set those aside and we'll get into the cake recipe. For the cake, start by whipping 3 egg whites until stiff peaks. Use the whisk attachment of your stand mixer, or you can use a hand mixer for this. Once you've reached stiff peaks, go ahead and transfer this to a separate bowl and set them aside. Now I'm going to cream 1.5 sticks of softened unsalted butter with 2 cups of granulated sugar and the zest of 3 lemons. While the butter's creaming, I'm going to go ahead and prepare my other ingredients. So for the dry ingredients, I have 3 cups of all-purpose flour, 4 teaspoons of baking powder, and 1 teaspoon of salt. I'm going to add these to the flour and whisk everything to combine them. Here I have 1 1/4 cups of whole milk at room temperature. To that, I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of lemon extract and 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Give them a quick stir just to make sure everything's combined. Once the butter mixture is nice and light and fluffy, I'm going to go ahead and alternate adding the dry and wet ingredients until they're fully combined. Once all of those ingredients have been added, I'm going to stop my mixer and take the bowl off. And then I'm going to add my egg whites that I had set aside and fold those in until they're nice and incorporated. Next, I can add my blueberries for this lemon blueberry coffee cake. And I'm going to use about 1 to 2 cups, which is roughly 1 pint of fresh blueberries. You can use frozen if you'd like. I do recommend the fresh blueberries. If you do use frozen blueberries, make sure that you defrost them ahead of time and then fully drain them so there's not too much extra liquid going into the recipe. Just fold in those blueberries and then we'll be ready to bake. I have my oven preheated to 350 degrees. I'm going to really well grease a 9x13 pan. I use baking spray, but you can use butter and flour if you'd like. Once the pan is prepared, I'm going to pour in my cake batter and smooth it out so it's nice and even. And then sprinkle the crumb coating evenly across the top. Now I'm going to pop this into my 350 degree preheated oven for about 40 to 45 minutes. Just make sure you keep an eye on it. A toothpick should come out clean when it's done. If you do need to add extra time, watch it very closely so that that crumb topping does not burn. Once it was baked, I let it cool in the pan for about 30 minutes. It should start to pull away from the sides of the pan nicely on its own. And then I'm going to sprinkle it with some powdered sugar just to give it a pretty topping. Then you just slice your coffee cake into pieces and it's ready to serve. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed this recipe. If you did, give it a thumbs up. And if you try this recipe, let me know in the comments down below what you think.
Stay tuned for next week's video. I'm really excited about this tutorial. I'm going to show you a really easy painting technique to make a rose design on a cake.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss new videos. And if you hit the little bell icon, you can turn on post notifications to get notified every time I upload.